Peace and love, you beautiful miracles with a spiritual level of being. Nathan here from a spiritual level of being, and today I want to discuss psychedelics and ancient Christianity. Now, most of the Bible has gone through censorship and has been deleted and rewritten. And the use of psychedelics is encoded in the Bible, you just have to know where to look. Like the Old Testament was mentioning of manna and baking it in bread in a sense, and it will spoil the next day so they can't eat it. It is a reference to a psychedelic fungi, manna. Now, it is said that John of Patmos was on psychedelics during his writing of Revelation, or that he went insane during his exile in a cave. Now, the cave on the island of Patmos is also near the island of Coast, which was home to a variety of species of magic mushrooms that then the ruling classes would try to destroy. And it's theorized that it's possible that magic mushrooms were also existing alive back during the time of John Patmos on the island of Patmos. Now, if not, it was also introduced through there through trade, so it was very likely that he could have taken psychedelics, or that at least it was there in the island. Now, the magic mushroom itself was also seen as the tree of knowledge to the Gnostics, and this tradition was later carried on through by the Cathar, which we found in some Cathar art in some ancient Cathar ruins that were destroyed by the Catholic Church. And magic mushrooms itself is also referred to as flesh of the gods, or flesh of God, and it is said that Jesus could have even been referring to this magic mushroom as the flesh. And bread itself also means knowledge in some of these writings, because most of the Bible was written in Apocrypha. Now, there was even an ancient branch of Christianity that seen Jesus in the magic mushrooms, and they seen that taking the magic mushroom was your way of pretty much speaking with Christ or achieving Christ. So really Christ was in spirit form achieved through the magic mushroom. So to speak to him was through this process. And that's why they would try to hide these magic mushrooms so the ruling classes wouldn't destroy them. Now, this is also a cult similar to this that is alive in Mexico. So you have varieties of narcotics being used throughout ancient cultures. Now, when we see caves, there are many cave paintings as well, and we see spirals in these caves, which is a representation of reincarnation. And it is also said that these were also the first arts on psychedelics, and that caves were a way of being represented with the gods or with spirits. So it's quite interesting when you look at all these sort of ancient cultures and the use of psychedelics throughout the many ages. They were used in ancient Egypt, ancient Mesopotamia, ancient China. The Gnostics are said to have even put a substance inside their wine that would either induce serotonin, and this herb is unknown because of heresy hunters destroying everything. There is theories that this plant inside the wine could have been cannabis, like in ancient China they would produce a wine out of hemp. It could have been anything really. But Gnostics used to also partake on magic mushrooms, and they would use this in their meditations or their prayers, and ultimately they would even see magic mushrooms as the flesh of Christ as well. So there was many different factions of Gnostics, and there were many different factions of Christianity and many branches of religion itself, and all of them had deeper roots within psychedelics, which the later church would try attempt to destroy, and they would say that even the use of these mushrooms was heresy, or you were a witch and you were ultimately burnt at stake. And sometimes these mushrooms were used for healing, and it's possible that Jesus was using magic mushrooms for his healing. He was using the holy oil, where he said, rub this on anyone you find is sick, which contained cannabis and also frankincense and myrrh. And this recipe is even in the Bible. And ancient Jews would also burn cannabis and frankincense inside their temples and inhale the smoke. So many psychedelics and drugs have been used throughout the cultures. And later on, this was really repressed and suppressed and destroyed. Peace and love, everyone. I love you all. Connect to one mind and soul. Namaste.